Bombshell news, just out now. It's confirmed. Ian Foster added more fuel to the debate about who will take over as All Blacks coach from next year. But before heading to the video, subscribe to the channel so that can receive the newsletter on the disbursement of this All Blacks coaching change. Speaking to One News the day before New Zealand Rugby is due to schedule a board meeting at which his role will almost certainly be discussed, Foster admitted he was rocking the boat by speaking out and, significantly, said he was unlikely to run his current role until after the World Cup, which begins in September. Regardless, after reading the tea leaves, he said he was probably not in the running. Foster's main complaint is the distraction the debate is causing his players and staff ahead of the tournament in France. Asked in a radio interview with Newstalk ZB if he was frustrated after a chaotic and protracted process that started when he and Scott Robertson were the only candidates to succeed Sir Steve Hansen and continued through the last troubled years, during which two of his assistants were sacked, a fate Foster himself avoided thanks to his team's victory over South Africa in Johannesburg, he said, "I think so. I've sat back over the last few months and listened to the conversations that have been circulating in the public domain about this role and job and when is the right time to do something. There are a couple of things that probably did that for me. One was John Kieran's article recently where he said Ian should just stand up and say this and this and this. And I kind of agreed with him, so I spoke to him and I felt that the New Zealand rugby public deserved to know what I thought about it. And I also believe this is becoming more of a debate about who is going to run than what is right for the team. For me, I know people are going to make decisions, I respect that, but I believe I owe it to our team to say what I felt was the right thing for the All Blacks in a World Cup year." Asked by Andrew Saville of One News Today whether he could see himself coaching the All Blacks next year, Foster said, "It's not my choice, and again, this whole debate has been about who. And that's my point of view. I want to talk about what we can do to be prepared for this World Cup and the who comes after." NZR boss Mark Robinson confirmed before Christmas that his organisation would change policy when making a decision on the next All Blacks manager ahead of the World Cup. Foster was also clearly angered by recent comments from rival Robertson, who suggested New Zealand Rugby was about to be announced. "Hello fans, if you still haven't left your like, this is the moment, and you will receive more updates on this subject." Robertson, in his final year coaching the Crusaders, was remarkably upbeat as he updated the media at his franchise headquarters. "Oh, there's no question there's pressure on the NZR and it's hard for the board because there will be people bringing their cases to them," he told One News. "I want to put the team's case in front of them." Foster, who last year was given a contract extension until the end of 2023 despite a run of inconsistent results including home defeats to Ireland and Argentina, said he had not spoken on behalf of his players. "Note that boards and CEOs have big roles, they have to make big decisions, I understand," he said. "We're going to live with whatever the decision is and move on. And the one thing we can never do is have an excuse to go to a World Cup, and we won't have that, but we're clearly at a point." What we heard was the view of the current AB Group, Management 20, where we think this team is to prepare for the World Cup. "We know we have to earn the public's respect going into the World Cup and we want to do that and we're working hard, but right now having this conversation is taking a lot of energy from everyone, and after that there will be other things that take energy while people figure it out in what regime they will be in and what that means for the future, and I prefer these talks to be after the World Cup." Foster, asked if he could lead the All Blacks to a World Cup victory if he lost his job, said, "Of course I can. I'm going to give everyone a 100% commitment on this. It's not like there are a lot of apologies afterwards, but I also don't believe, in my own words, in putting unnecessary distractions on our shoulders." Asked by Saville if he deserved to be retained after last year's results, he replied, "Well, I was supported by the board last August to take this team to the World Cup. We went through a lot of turmoil last year, it's all well documented." Well, now Foster's departure is confirmed. Let's hope that the team is not directly harmed by these changes in a very important year for the All Blacks. But what is your opinion on Foster's departure? Should he really leave? Let us know what you think in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to receive future updates exclusively. Thanks again for watching. See you later.